Hey, what's up, everybody? I'll go on to today, and today we're going to be taking a look at my Shadow Lightning Vision Shaper build. Arguably my most toxic build I've made yet, and probably the easiest build to play at any ping. Like, unironically, you can play this at 300 ping and still like perform okay. Of course, you might still get comboed up, but you have the G key now to help out with that. Going over the stats, we have 40 Fortitude, 15 Willpower, 50 Charisma, 25 Medium, 80 Thunder, and 100 Shadow. Now, if I were to explain the stats real quick, the 100 Shadow and 80 Thunder are for my mantras. I only got the Shadow cast Hero Sword because at the time the crits didn't exist, and the running attack let you steal ether from your opponent. If anything, I might have switched to the Thunder Call Hero Sword if I could, because that one is literally just like a ranged ragdoll move, which is so much better for your clones than the Shadow one, honestly. So if anything, I might have switched to 100 Thunder, 80 Shadow, but it doesn't really matter. Going over the rest of the stats, 50 Charisma is for Vision Shaper, obviously. 40 Fortitude is for Exoskeleton. 15 Willpower is for like the talents that you get with 40 Fortitude, so things like Firmly Planted and whatnot. Those are really good talents, and also really useful for things like Shadow Roar, so you can actually move around with Shadow Roar. So yes, you will need like Firmly Planted. The 25 Medium was actually at the time for the Aerial, and it was for the Thunder medium talents that you get with like blocking and whatnot, which I actually need to finish getting. I could just try to chance it. Now, to explain intelligence, I just want some ether at the time, but you could probably remake this build and make it a lot more optimal, especially with Shrine of Order. You can make this thing like actually probably one of the most toxic builds in existence, in my opinion. Maybe just get like all the dead gods on it. But anyway, regardless of the fact, we're going to be going over the rest of the build. Now, the main point of this build is to really spam your clones, so we're going to go ahead and show you guys what we can do real quick with that. Alright, so I'm going to be showing you guys how each of the mantras work in tandem with the clone. If anything, you can really just spawn in your clone and just like sit back if you really want to. So you can just kind of spawn in the clone and just kind of like sit back and literally just like spam mantras while your clone does the M1s, right? It's literally just like the perfect Shadow clone, right? Like, unironically, like, hell, sometimes I just be spawning the clone and just that alone is like enough to like mess somebody up, right? You can also like move in with your clone and like try and combo the guy up, which is a lot more risky because if you get hit once, your clone like despawns, right? But as you can see, right, like I'm going in for M1s, my clone's going in for M1s. We're just both trying to fuck them up, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy. Now you can also have things such as Lightning Cloak if you, for like whatever reason, maybe you're fighting like a blind seer or like someone with this disbelief, and your clone doesn't last as long, so I can understand that. Another passive actually right there was the one where like you spawn in the clone at like half health. That one's really useful, especially because it has like one-shot protection. So you really can't hate that. Stormblade is also something you want to use a lot. I'd be using that a lot with the clone, and like a lot of times I just can't move out of my M1s if I spam it. So yeah, pretty toxic stuff. Just know that most of the time your go-tos will be like Grand Javelin, of course the triple one, Shadow Roar, and Lightning Stream, and you can like really put Bloodless on all of them if you really want to. And if you're wondering about the realm, you don't really ever use the realm except for PvE, right? You'll be using the realm, and then like you'll maybe try and Warriors Despite if you're like fighting Etheron, for example. So it does have some pretty decent PvE usage, and like the one shot can like protect you from Etheron, as you can see in this clip.
So I can chill here and just sit.
What the fuck? Yo, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Now going over the talents and the stats, some really important ones are Exoskeleton, I guess Safety Dance. Warriors Despite is huge, especially for PE, because you can Warriors Despite in your realm. Golden Tongue is kind of useful if you want to just stock up on ether really quickly, or just have like a free reinforce, since this build does not have that. And Vanishing Closure is cool, but you don't really need it. As for the stats, I have 505 health. I can probably get it up to like 520 if I get good rings and a good scarf. 323 ether, which is really nice. 137 tempo, and for the most part, again, really not that difficult to use this build at all. You don't even really need that many talents to make it. All you really need is just Vision Shaper, Thunder, and Shadow. The rest you can fill in the blanks. You can literally probably Shrine of Order this build and make it even more like annoying. Maybe add something like dumbass ice move to it or something. I don't know. That's gonna be all for the video. Thanks for watching. Peace.